All right, guys. Hello. So I laid out some cards and I felt like I was doing just a little information searching that I wanted for myself. And then I got this very intense feeling that what I was doing the information searching for was for collective. Okay. So I had asked Spirit, explain more deeply to me the twin flame mirror soul collective energy. Six of Cups. Soul bonds from past lives that we are working through. Okay. That we have storylines with. And even so much as that we came from one dimension into another dimension with. So I said, explain this to me a little bit deeper. Temperance and the High Priestess. Okay, so as we go from a dimension to a dimension, from a life to a life, we have these karmic energies. Okay, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to balance out our karmic energies so that we are in alignment, right? The way that we reach through to get alignment is through these connections that are mirroring frequencies so that we can work through karmic energies, right? So that we come into our own alignment. Because my belief is, and has always been, that the divine feminine and the divine masculine are within us. Okay, sometimes we are more divine feminine, sometimes we come in more divine masculine in the way that we are projecting in a situation. Because I can definitely look at times in my life where I have been way more feminine energy and times when I've been way more masculine energy. And so the easiest way for this to show up for us, okay, is they're showing me the cup. The greatest way for us to learn is through loving relationships, loving frequencies, whether this is friendship, whether this is family, whether this is lovers. So as I asked them to go another layer deeper, they said that a lot of this comes built out as our masculinity trying to create spaces of safety, trying to build up spaces of safety, because that is our main priority from the moment we are born, is that basic level of needs. And so it comes from, we have the Queen of Wands energy, where family, ancestors, roots, what we build into the physical body of DNA comes from that feminine energy and comes from our inner knowing. 10 of Wands. We sort of put, when we're working with this idea of twin flames and karma, we skip something here. We have this sort of missing construction where we forget all the other lifetimes that we have carried through the portals with ourselves. And in a big overall energy, this has to do with the masculine frequencies, which are changing. And it's especially important because we are going into this new age of Aquarius. And so our masculine frequencies are deeply changing, okay? And that's not saying men are changing. It's saying our frequencies are changing. But the feminine has walked away from that structure. 8 of Cups, I'm not going there, which is why we have this hole. We have this missing piece of the pyramid, which really is the doorway, is what they're saying. but it's a doorway that we are missing, which leaves us in this like cycle of Ten of Swords energy, where we find ourselves again and again and again falling down into all of this trauma. Now, Spirit is definitely Knight of Swords, giving us the information here that if we don't work through our own inner traumas, if we don't love ourselves, if we don't start to look at the things that trigger us, the connections we have with the closest people in our system, that there will not be a way for this feminine energy to ever spark this flame where the feminine and the masculine frequencies are balanced. And I think internally that freaks us out. Okay, we don't understand what our tensions and stresses are about, but that's what it's about. So we run from all of this. We run from the emotions. We try to get as far away as we can from everything that we've carried into where we are today. But that's actually our strength, is to embrace that part of ourselves and not walk away from it, right? To be able to come into that balance that we seek, that we know within. And when we seek that balance within, it is like our tree of life, okay? It is like our, very much so the way that they teach in Kabbalah, right? It's that tree of life structure where everything is interconnected. And when it's all balanced, so above and so below, the frequency channels are moving properly and everything flows. The problem is here that instead of letting that flow, we've missed this part. We're missing something. We're missing a piece. And as such, we keep getting these aha moments. We get the puncturing into our light, but we're staying stranded within all of it. And the underlying here is that we are seeking this knowledge. We are seeking to learn. We are looking for it, but we're also afraid, because does healing destroy our ancestral tree? Does healing destroy our family? And that's what we've learned to rely on, right? With that Four of Pentacles, is that which we believe to be our identity. And so it's like we're afraid to move outside of our eternal self, our eternal space. So, Spirit, can you tell me what's in the current portal position? Well, it's definitely a sadness, Three of Swords, of where we are right now. But what we can't see that's hidden is that Ace of Swords. So it's the story of the feminine and masculine, the masculine and feminine, our mothers and fathers, our sisters and brothers, our world that keeps us stuck in this sort of falsehood of not believing that we are all one and the same, that we are all of wholeness, that we are only, when we hurt each other, hurting ourselves. And, that's one of the greatest problems of our current life process that we're going through. Advice, Spirit. Yeah, again, this portal here is about activating us, activating ourselves here in this reality, in the now, in the moment of now, right? There's trusting in being where we are at, in being in the most divine spiritual place that we have been guided to on the planet, which is to open up. Sorry. Hold on. So it's understanding that we're digging down into that space where we have been carrying everything that we need structurally that is coming out of our earth existence, right? Because everything that's below the surface is as important as above. We may see the above space as being this energy that is green and luscious and heart spaces and growing, but the shadow does have its purpose, and it helps us pave this new path. We have to go through the shadow in order to get to that space. And that happens through the mirroring of our own frequencies. And often the way that we get there, right, is by those sparks of love, those blue flames, those kundalini connections that mirror our karma to us and awaken us, okay? So what else, Spirit? Your life is just a canvas, okay? You are creating. Right now, you are in creation. Your life is just a canvas. And as such, what you perceive as being, right, truth and awareness is just atomic, right? It's not actually what we see. We are made of stardust. We are the star ancestors. Again, there's that portal of the pyramid that they showed me. The hidden secrets, the lost wisdom is there for us to understand within, and that we are all of this oneness, okay? The star brotherhood, the star sisterhood, we are all one and the same. The star brotherhood, the star sisterhood, we are all one and the same. We are soul family, right? Once we take that leap out of this belief that we cannot be a part of all of this, we unite with all the parts of ourselves. They start returning to us cosmically. We become the cosmic heart. Okay. So Spirit, how do we come into this recovery? The Four of Swords, where our mind stops believing what it's hearing and what it thinks it's feeling, and we open up to the fact of everything that's being grown is being grown for all of us, because we are all one. How do we do this, Spirit? Thank you. Birthing. It's through this coming into the new age. Birthing new creations. Again, it's just a canvas. Life is just a canvas. We're dreaming into existence this new world. So it's a continual process, okay, of creation, of making this manifestation that opens up the multitude of earths and worlds around us so that we have that cosmic heart. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So how are we developing this between each other? And I think this is very important, especially for those of us that may believe that we have met the one, okay? And oftentimes, look at that, right? The house. It is, again, that sort of ancestral healing. Explain to us, what are we carrying with that Ten of Wands? Thank you. It is that book that makes us the saddest. It is the stories. Again, this is the Ten of Wands. They're just reiterating for us that the work that we do is growing both sides of ourselves. We grow under the sun. That's where we've chosen to come. It's taking action every day to deal with our sorrows. That is that Ten of Swords. Rather than turning back around and hiding from things, we turn back around and we do that work, right? We allow ourselves to look directly at what we have been through, what we are creating, how we feel, healing that process. What are we creating out of that Queen of Wands energy? What are we weaving? The crossroads. Again, this is Queen of Wands. Okay, Spirit is just reiterating for us these specifics. Angel number 22. We are creating the path forward. We're creating that frequency of the golden ratios. We're creating the new earth that we are moving towards. Okay, and it is us that's creating it. Again, that's the Temperance. The Temperance is your energy balancing your energies. Okay, it's not balancing your energy and some lover's energy. This is balancing your energies. This is you creating for yourself. Nine of Pentacles. What it is that you are leaving behind and you are growing into. Because when you grow into it, I love this, Lily of the Valleys, it is something that for some will be toxic. For you will be beauty. Okay. And the reason it will feel toxic to somebody is because it's the story that they need to hear in order to work through their own processes. What about the rejection, the avoidance? How does that play into this, Spirit? It's the truth of what we brought with us in rebirth, inner child. Okay. That is the truth that we are asking to be seen. Again, there's the stork. It's showing us that we have to learn to love ourselves. Okay. Queen of Cups energy. And I love that because when I was showing you back here of what we were going through, I think I've already moved it all around. That's what they were showing me. Again, the Piscean energy here is the fact that that High Priestess is trying to capture both parts of ourselves through these mirroring energies so that we see who we are and we heal ourselves. You're not here to heal anyone else. You are here to heal yourself. And that becomes a domino effect that does create change. Again, it's just coming back out. Spirit saying that's what we need to know. It does create change in the world, and it does clear negative energies. Okay. And again, there's the moon. We're challenged to release 8 of Cups, and they're putting this right on the sun, right? Again, yin and yang, to balance ourselves and to balance our own energies so that we are going through all of this in a process of, they're calling it like a sustainability. Okay. Hold on, they want this deck here that I'm trying to grab. Oof, thank you. Okay. Yeah, we're not getting that deck. Thank you. So, what else do we need to know, Spirit? You are ready to grow. Whatever part of you right now hasn't been growing in your book, your divine feminine or your divine masculine, I know that every dream in my heart is waiting to bloom. Okay, you are ready to grow. That is why the light is coming in. That is why you are here in the now. Okay. Yeah. They're singing in my head, ooh, I want to dance with somebody. I know that my dreams are bigger than my fears. I'm going to take risks, okay? You are ready to embrace this new part of yourself, to understand that you are shadow and light, to understand that you stand like the fool on the precipice of a new tomorrow, that you're starting a new hero's quest. I know that nothing bad lasts forever, even when my emotionals tell me otherwise. I am never stuck. The cycle continues, the energies continue, the frequencies continue. There are dimensions on dimensions on dimensions on dimensions, and it all is a continuation of who you were, who you're becoming. Every second we're changing. In my course, I was writing about one of the aspects of Buddhism that they teach about, really is talking about the perception that what they've studied in physics and research is that every 17 seconds we have a new perception. It takes you 17 seconds to determine what you are seeing and feeling. That is how long it takes for perception to take place, which means every 17 seconds you are creating a new world, right? I know that I do not need to wait for 5 p.m. on Friday to be happy. I am happy right now. You choose that. You fill that cup up. You're the one that gets to decide what part of the spectrum that you are in, and then filling your own cup. I know that I do not need to avoid making others uncomfortable by playing small, right? You are an atomic space, and as such, you are meant to be here. And you magnetize the 4 energies to yourself. We had the 3 of Swords magnetizing the Ace of Swords. We've got the 4 Cups. We're always creating this space. We've got the quantum energies of the 3s, the 3, 6, 9. We've got the magnetism of the 4 directions, all working together. Okay? And at the center is you. I know my life is only limited by my imagination. Your life is a canvas, okay? And as such, it's important for you to understand that. What do we need to know about where we are right now, Spirit? Again, we're coming out of the moon, the full moon, right? And as such, a lot of emotions came up for our inner child work. Angel number 777. Again, the 3 sevens is 21. It's a completion, which goes back to 21 is 2 plus 1 is 3. There's no movement outside of that. The 777 is a perfect number because it's the karma. It's the continuation of what we're supposed to be learning. Karma, 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 working through it, ending cycles, going back to the 3, the rebirth, the awakening, the endings. It's all a cycle. The moon is never not going to be there, nor the sun in the canvas that we have right now. Okay, it's always there. The sun, we imagine, turns off, but it doesn't actually turn off. Night and day is our perception. It's our creation. Continual birth. Okay, continual creation. Everything is always nearing completion. And then it changes, and it's in the 3, the trimesters, 3, 3, 3, right? 3, 6, 9, everything in the 3. And there's a waiting period in there that has to be for our emotions to process, for us to look at what we've hidden away by the moon, and to process that, to look at it, to understand it, to transform our own karmic energies so we can celebrate a new birth, because we have this new atomic birth that's happening all the time, which helps us complete ourselves, which really is what we are destined to do. Again, that takes us back to the 4s. We're complete because we are in destiny of the 3s and the 4s coming together, which is 7. So it harmonizes. Spirit, what can we work on right now being the best us as we become anew? Okay, you've been given the second chance after a time of separation. I have a renewed interest in repairing the past situation, opening up to my options. We are given the space of the 7s and the repeating 7s and the completions and the new births. We're given the space to grow. And so it's beautiful. And if you underline here, use your vision, that canvas, you're creating the idea of what you desire. And that's so important for us to remember. Okay. Hi. Let's close this off with a little oracle energy, Spirit. Okay. Fire doesn't get created on its own. All fire comes from other elements coming together and is fed by the elements around it. It's important for us to remember that that is our experience here, is that we are creating, and then we are perceiving, and then it is the past. The more we heal, the more we shed, the more we grow, the more we alchemize, the more we come into an alignment with what we truly want as a balanced polarity, where we don't have any more karma left to process. And then we're just balanced, okay? The goodness. That's what Spirit wants us to find, is where we can just balance out, okay? Right now, so many are restricting that energy, trying to hide that portal, but we do see it, right? because we're still in a third dimension where time exists. And we do see that time is also abstract, because again, every 17 seconds, the perception changes, the world changes. So time really doesn't matter. It is fluid. Okay. Mystery. What comes next is a mystery. When we stand on our own, when we clear all the karmic energies, what our kindred space will be. It really is a beautiful, deep mystery that we can't quite understand. But we're at a moment where we can create it. Fire is that energy of creation. It's our actions that we take arrows. Our thoughts that we take arrows. That is where creation comes from. At some point in time, somewhere ancestrally, someone thought about, I wonder what my great, great, great grandchild will be like. And you were created before you were ever embodied. So it's important to remember that there is a higher version of you. There is a you. There is a next version of you. There is dimensional yous. And you're continually getting rebirthed. Okay, you're continually going through resurgence. And as long as you don't shield yourself, let your heart feel this. Let your embodiment shed and change and grow. Your psyche will change and grow. And the way, look at that, the threes, which is Mercury, third house, doubled. And Pisces, yin and yang. You start communicating with your world differently. And that's going to happen in Leo season. We're going to start to see more of this showing up. And that's why Spirit wanted it to be addressed, not just for me, but for everyone. So you may not resonate with that. And that is your choice to not resonate with my downloads. And I am okay with that. But if you do, I hope that this was helpful for you. I love you guys so much. And I really enjoyed sharing this time with your frequency. All right. And I did just see 3232. So your challenge is my challenge and my challenge is your challenge. And I love you all for being a part of that. They also showed me 33 and 11. So we're synchronizing together and we're all on the same path. So we complete together 33, 21. That's another 3, 3, 3, 3. We're all on the same path. That will convert into the 4s, the 3, 3, 3, 3 right now, where we are in the same container. So just keep that in mind, okay? So much love, you guys. Have a very beautiful week, and I hope to talk to you again. Bye.